What does it mean to become a man? Today, I'm going to discuss the importance of manhood and the essential things that we must do as men and the role that we play in this world. My name is Blaze Cyan, and I help young men break bad habits, build confidence, and develop self-esteem. So recently, I've seen that my videos regarding masculinity and manhood have been the most popular and the ones which people are engaging with the most. So I want to talk about that more because it seems that you guys are liking it. So let me tell you what I think it means to be a man, and you can have your own opinions on this, but I really think that there are some essential things that every man must do in his life and a role that he must fill, right? I think that men are here to protect and provide. Yes, that's an old school saying, but I believe it to be really true. I believe that it's a man's duty to protect his family and to provide as well. It doesn't mean that his wife can't be working as well, but a man needs to be in charge. A man needs to be the one who looks after his family. And that's a big role to fill, right? And sometimes what I see, the biggest problem with men who are older that I know who have families, they feel like that's their only role. They feel like they get to a point they're like, you know what, all they care about is if I bring home the paycheck. They don't feel cared for. They don't feel loved. And that is not the point you should get to. You shouldn't get to a point where you're thinking to yourself, you know what, like if I wasn't bringing in a paycheck, they would probably just leave me. And that's where a lot of men are at, right? So I think that the problem is men become one-dimensional. That becomes their only job. When there are a lot of jobs of a man, not just one. A man can't just bring home money and provide, even if he's providing an amazing lifestyle for his family. If that's the only role he fills, then he's not a man at all, in my view. Right? That's only one component. A man also has to be there for his family, be present with his family, have that quality time with them, because what good is money if you're not able to enjoy it, right? If you're just having your family enjoy it, you're just providing and you're not getting anything in return, right? That's not a good place to be in. So if you're a man, I think it's important to be multidimensional. It's important to have compassion and empathy. And it's important to be strong at the same time, right? Men who are vulnerable and strong at the same time are the most respected in this world. That's where I gained my respect from people around me. By being ultra vulnerable, by putting myself out there, sharing an incredibly painful experience I went through, right? I posted a story on social media, or a post, and it was my story about how my appendix ruptured and how painful it was for me mentally and physically. And I put myself out there like that. And at the same time, now I'm very, adamant about men being disciplined and having their shit together. And I say it online and in person to people. Like, I'm very upfront. I'm like very upfront about it. And, I might seem harsh to some people, but then they, remember that I put out the vulnerable side, and it comes out every once in a while, but I'm generally a very tough-minded person. Discipline is my whole thing. That's my, my identity. I identify as a disciplined person. So, that is what I tell men all the time to be. You have to be disciplined, but you got to be vulnerable at the same time. You got to talk when, you're feeling really down mentally, when you feel like everything's hopeless. That's not a time to just keep your hard head going and to not listen to other people and to not speak, not tell people what problems you're going through, to act like everything's okay all the time. Of course, everything's not okay all the time. That's not how life works. So don't keep acting like it. All right? So that's what I believe is the role of a man. The role of a man is to be strong and to demonstrate that side of him as well. All the people that I look up to, all the really strong people who I look up to, I've also seen them cry in many instances. I've seen them come to tears, sharing their hardships, their stories, things that they went through. I have respect for them. I don't have much respect for people. I do have respect for people who've accomplished massive things, but not as much respect when they don't share the hard times, when they don't get vulnerable and share how difficult life was. I just don't respect them as much because I know that they're hiding. I know that they're hiding because they don't want to be seen as weak. Meanwhile, if they did share, they would be seen as much stronger. And that's the funny thing. So to you out there, if you're, I don't care what age man you are, but this is for young men especially who are struggling with, something difficult on their mind. They're keeping it to themselves. I did this forever. I just kept difficult things to my mind, sat there in silence, and man, it took a big toll on me. Everything in my life, I just sat there in silence. I held it in, didn't share it with anyone. And then I decided to start sharing, and that changed my life. You don't need to go to therapy. You can talk with your friends and family and just get into the practice of it. When you're struggling, call up a friend, call up a family member. They'll listen. They'll help you. They'll be there for you. And it's going to change your life. It's going to make you a much happier person. It's going to make you, a better person, a better man. Because a man is not just here to provide. He's here to, be a well-rounded person who fulfills his duties in all facets. He's a great a husband, great father, a great business owner, great provider, whatever it may be. And he's all those things. He's in great shape, right? All of these things. You got to have, the three pillars, the health, wealth, relationships. If all those are locked in, you're good, man. You're set as a man. And for me right now, I'm fulfilling the third pillar. The health and relationships are there. It's the third pillar. It's the wealth creation, which I'm working on every day, figuring out the best business model for me. And I've stumbled across a business model recently, which I think can work really well for me. And I got good hope for it. I've been trying to create stuff. Just going off the topic for a little. I've been trying to create stuff that really isn't validated by the marketplace. Trying to be really innovative, create something brand new out of nowhere. When, most businesses that succeed in an already validated existing marketplace. There's already a ton of success of other businesses out there. And if you can jump in and do something to differentiate yourself, you can grab that market share. That's what I'm going after right now. I want market share. I'm going after that. So, I'll definitely update you guys on my business progression over time, let you know how I'm doing and, the things that I'm trying and, changing here and there, my attempts and my roadmap. But you know what? I'm just figuring it out right now, and I'm not going to bash myself. So I want to thank you for being here today. I hope this video provided value to you. If you want to learn more about me, you can check out the link in my description to my Instagram, posting there all the time. I have a ton of stuff out there. I have stuff that shares my story, who I am, and why I'm doing what I'm doing. So I really hope you enjoyed today's video, and I will see you in the next one.